Shalom everyone, I'm going to continue this fantastic series, friends, of Daf Yomi, page 48 of Masechet Shevuot. I'm by the famous entrance roundabout here in the city of Elad. You can see the coat of Rav Ovadia Yosef, the Rishon LeZion of Israel. What a better place to share over some words within regards to the daily page of the Daf Yomi. Now friends, we're talking about sharing the guilt, actually from a great lesson from Rabbi Mendel Weinbach, Zechet Tzedek Lebracha, from Yeshivat Or Sameach. He says the Torah gave the defendant in many monetary lawsuits an opportunity to prove his innocence. Let's say by taking an oath. This oath is mentioned in a chapter of Torah dealing with a shomer sachar, someone paid for his safekeeping service. Let's say, who is defending himself as not being responsible for the death or disappearance of the animal placed in his trust. This is a case scenario that we're talking about today. There shall be an oath to God between them. That's what states over in Shemot, in Parshat Mishpatim. That's what states over. Is how the Torah describes the oath taken by the defendant, the expression between them, led by Rabbi Shimon ben Tarfon, to conclude that both claimant and defendant share in the guilt of false swearing. Now, the great commentator of the name Tosafot, he's going to weigh in this and say that it is evident from an earlier Gemara in 39a that if one makes a false claim, he bears the guilt for causing the defendant to take an unnecessary oath in the name of God to defend himself. Now, the source for this is a passage in the great book of Zechariah, and number 4, which speaks of a thief who is identified by sages as one who makes a dishonest claim and forces an oath to be taken. Now, the guilt mentioned in our Gemara, inside the page of the Gemara over here, which is going to be expounded on, as Tosfot therefore is going to conclude, is even that of one who makes an honest claim and it is the defendant who is the liar over here. That's what the case scenario is over here. Now, Tosfot is going to, I think, point out more within regards to this, but why should one make an honest claim and then be held responsible for false swearing over here? Does that make sense? Of the defendant, why do the members of the court that administers the oath declare, remove yourselves from the tents of these wicked people, in paraphrase of the warning given by Moshe to the people in the regards to rebellion led by Korach, which we learn about in Parshat Korach in Sefer Bamidbar, chapter 16. A declaration indicating the claimant along with the defendant. Now, the answer is provided by the great commentator Rashi, actually back in the page 39 bet, who writes that the honest claimant shares in the guilt of the false oath because he should have been more careful in regard to whom he trusted with money, and it was his lack of caution which indirectly led to the desecration of the holy name through a false oath. So it's actually featured in page number 47, but it's very much connected also still to page number 48. We're coming to the end of the tractate. What a beautiful place to be than the entrance here of the city of Elad, Derech Maran Ovadia Yosef.